welcome. I'm going to do that one day and the mic's going to be off. But we're recording, so we're good to go. I kind of hoped that I was going to be online about 15 minutes ago, but it's all good. I've been playing around with my settings inside Streamlabs OBS, and I gotta be honest with you, nothing is straightforward. It's like you got settings over here, you got settings over here, you got icons over here, but then you got your website. Screw all of that. I digged about with it a little bit. Hopefully it's better. I see a couple of people lurking in there already. Alright. What are we going to do tonight? That is the $1 million question. So it's water. We're doing water today. We have done... There's some like noodling I could easily do on this map. We could add some scrub and things like that. But I think the map is like done. Right? But this is not. This is not. And we are going to spend the stream probably just messing around with water, because I kind of want to approach the water differently than I've ever done it before. Which means experimentation, maybe some roadkill, maybe a lot of crying, some weeping, blood. There might be blood. There could be violence, probably violence. Throwing things around, I do that. But hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully we can, like, get this sucker nailed, right? So... where to begin? Let me show you what I want to do. This. Now, if you actually sort of look at this blue and look at, like, this blue, it's not massively off, right? But you see all of these shadows under the water? These lovely dark green and these even darker underneath. And then like the same over here. And then we've got like this green rock right underneath the water's edge. And then of course we've got our white surf, which we'll do. I want to recreate that. I want to recreate that. And I've never done it before. But Miss J has been helping me out. She posted a little how-to water. And she's doing slightly different things than mine, but the principle I think is the same. Lots of opacity, lots of layers, and just layer that sucker up. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with our rocks, our green rocks on the outside, and then we're going to try and put this thin film of blue right over the top. That's basically what we're doing right here. So let's just jump into it. And we'll see. You know, we got some brown here, we got some green here, but we're gonna experiment a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna actually come down to our water here, and let's put our rocks underneath, right? Oh, and by the way, we're gonna colour our little boats and things today too, and like any remaining piers that haven't been coloured. Basically, anything to do with the water. I think we've got a couple of patches here, you know, along the water's edge, that type of stuff. So where to begin? Rocks. What bush do we want for rocks? Probably something like this. And we're going to do a mixture of green and brown. We're going to use this as a reference. Probably brown along the outside edge, right? And kind of, I don't know, maybe create some like irregular shape type of thing. Maybe give that a whirl. Yeah, I've never done this before, but okay. I mean, it can only be done like once, right? Can only be done once. I don't know what that means. And maybe do we you know what, let's do like a small patch, right? And let's see if in principle this is gonna work. Yeah, let's do it here. And I have no idea if this is going to work or not. Literally none. And if it doesn't, we'll reset. We'll go back. We'll try it again. Might be a little heavy-handed. The shapes might be wrong. But, well, do I do a different brush? Do I do a different brush? Could do a different brush. Let's roll with it for now. Let's roll with it on principle. Cave Geek, hello, sir. How was your busy day? That's not gonna work. That looks like ass. That looks like ass. I'm using the wrong brush. I'm using the wrong brush. We're gonna get rid of them. I don't like it. What brush do I want to use for these rocks? Very busy, but started having to deal with... them more, and I told you about. Yeah, through the whole day. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. My instinct was to step in and just like not even pass him over, you know. Something was wrong right from the get-go. It wasn't right. But I'm like, no, you know, who am I to decide if someone is appropriate, you know, for Cave Geek or not? Cave Geek's a grown guy. He could do it himself. You know what we could do? We could actually do, well, we're dealing with rocks. We're not dealing with freaking foliage. What stone do we have here? What do I have on the stone? What do I have on the stone? I didn't know I had a stone brush. Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's some crazy ass shit right there. What is this? What? It's literally stone. Alright, yeah, that's not gonna work. I want kind of stone shapes, you know? It didn't take long for me to decide for yourself. Yeah, I'm sorry that ended up being a little bit of a waste of your time. I genuinely am sorry for that perspective. But you got it sorted. That could work as rocks. And that could work as rocks. There are some shapes in here that we could use. There are. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we start like that. This will give us, I think, more of a rock-like shape, right? Yeah, let's stay within that realm. And let's do the green ones first. And again, let's just do a patch and see if this shit works. Maybe I should be actually using this. Really not sure about this, but... I hope this doesn't end up being like 2 hours of me freaking experimenting with rock shapes. That would be annoying. So, Cave Geek, on a more positive note, do you have any promising leads? there were some serious folks there, and one that I have a good feeling about. Oh, really? Well, that's actually kind of good, because I wasn't sure about him. But that's only because I've really not had that much of an interaction, to be honest with you. And I've not read any of his work. Sorry, Howard. But yeah, man, I mean, if he can do it, that's fantastic. Is this going to work? Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? I mean, it kind of looks like rocks and shit going into the water there, right? This might be a little bit too uniform, but... it's then got this really dark colour underneath it. Except for maybe... yeah, okay, let's try that. Randy, 2 games. Look who changed his name. Hello, Randy. Randy, digging about with water at the moment, my friend, for the first part of this stream. Yeah, and I feel like that's the wrong brush. I feel like that's the wrong brush. We're experimenting here. I'm trying a water effect I have never done before. And I want to just see if I can make it work. And I think we could come in afterwards. I feel like we could go much darker than that. I don't know. We're gonna smudge that. But right now, this is just... maybe 25% is not a way to do this. And maybe the brush we should be doing is this one. Maybe. maybe. We'll come back to that. Yes, you are no longer a number, Randy, but you'll always be a number to me. I don't know what that means. I feel like that's a wrong bush. We're experimenting here. I expect nothing else. I expect nothing else from you, my friend. So long as the bush doesn't scream no, it's all good. I think doing it with the opacity is enabling me to get some variations of shade, which are kind of like... Alright, we're just doing a patch. If we can dial this in... Like... I think the dark patches are gotta be more towards the center, right? But that type of approach? I don't know, maybe that works. Maybe that works. Maybe that works. Randy 2K Games, is that meant to be a heart or a zero because of very different signals? Yeah, I don't do this shit. Like, I just don't, you know? I don't do that. So it's very difficult for me to just spontaneously go, but Randy, love you. Miss J, good morning, Miss J. Miss J, we're fucking about. And I think, I don't know, I think I might have something, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna step backwards and look at this in a moment, and we're gonna take an honest look. I'm doing like a kind of a proof of concept area. And Miss J, I know that your approach is very different than mine, but I'm trying to like follow a little bit about what you were doing, but I'm probably making a right cat's ass of it. Okay. Yeah, too much. So I feel like there's this whole area here, but then it kind of like, you know, it's all darker there, and so maybe I need to be doing this here first, and then kind of bringing it out. I like the edge. I do like the edge. Fucking about in the wrong bush, apparently. 2K Games, normally, normal, morning, Miss J. Randy, if you, I'm not sure how much you know Miss J, but you should go check her out on Instagram, my friend. She's a talented person, and probably someone that should be, oh, why did I do that? That should be in your stable of people you know. She does very capable maps. And I think you will want to know her. Let's try this again. I think we're onto something. I think we're potentially onto something. Cape Geek, you're not allowed to go see. Alright, so... forget like these plebs on the other side of the water. I love this side of the water. And basically, these rocks with this dark blue kind of come out into the water. And there's this lovely thin strip here. And then you kind of got these darker strips here. Then a little bit lighter. I kind of want to get that natural sort of... where... oh, I'm on my bloody thing still. That brush is wrong. My brush is reset. That one. What a freaking dope. Now this is going to be under our rocks over here, but I'm more concerned about getting a nice natural, and again I'm just experimenting here, and this area next to the coast I want to be dark. This area I kind of want to come up lighter. I'm tempted to actually make my brush bigger. I fucking hate it. Alright, see you, Cape Geek. This isn't the 70s, Alyssa. Bigger bush isn't a great thing. I really like kind of how that kind of came out, but I'm hating all of this. I'm gonna get rid of it. That's what the stream was going to be about. Let's try this again. I wonder if I actually did it above the water. Miss J, the whole thing underwater thing, the whole thing's underwater thing is still messing with my head. I have not figured it out yet. Everything I've done so far is ignored water shapes. It's that confusion between wanting to make the edge lighter, but things under the surface making it darker. Right. And I'm trying to get a natural shape for it too. Sorry, but if you drop a potential euphemism, I will come crashing through the wall like Kool-Aid Man. Thank you, Andy. Yeah, so part of this is like, I mean, we definitely got this wonderful surf on the edge here, but yeah, we've got greens and dark blues and then lighter greens. That's what I'm trying to capture here, and I felt like I was onto something. But maybe I wasn't. And maybe part of my problem is the brush I'm using. Maybe. I still want to come in underneath this stuff. I still kind of feel like it should be underneath. I feel like we could get this, Miss J. I feel like we can get it. I think you were onto something when you were like, you know, it's all about light opacity and gently building up those layers. I think you're right there, and it gives you these wonderful darker shapes under the water. I feel like we could be a little bit more brutal underneath the rocks and everything here, but maybe I should be like trying to create little rock formations in here. Maybe that's the secret. Randy says, I like the surf. Maybe imagine what it is exactly like under the water, and then can better help you determine. And that's what I'm trying to do, Randy. Yeah, Miss J does nice work. She does nice work. I think towards anywhere that there's landing too, it's not going to be darker, right? This darker is representing rocks and things underneath the water, so we've got to be careful of that. So Miss J, Randy is one of the two kings from Two King Games. And they do stuff. So Miss J, Randy, Miss J. We're going to experiment with this. Miss J said, I did a bit of messing about last night and I put the blue water layer on top of the rocks and multiplied it. That certainly creates an interesting effect. I'm not wholly opposed to this. Papa Fox, don't mind me. I'm just lurking while I paint minis. Lurk away, paint away, my friend. Now, part of what I've got to be careful of here, of course, is if we're going to have rocks, we can't have rocks where there's going to be boats. So I've got to be careful of that. Oh, I'm colouring on the wrong layer. What a dope. What a dope. Ah, god damn it. What a dope. Let's come back to that. Alright. Then the highlighting on top of the water, blur out the edges. Right. Yeah, exactly. We're on the same page. I think we'll experiment with trying to make this work here. I think it could work. Especially with the highlights on top of the water and everything. I think most of this, my complaint right now about my own work here is my shapes. I'm not 100% comfortable with my shapes, but maybe it won't be one of those things that comes together, or with a little bit of rework here and there, it'll come together. Well, Wendy, I think, you know, if we can nail this, it'll be great. It'll make me very happy. It is radically different than what I would normally do. But I have been wanting to improve my water for a while, and I think the Mediterranean demands a good water effect, you know? So it's going to be really here. And I think if we could blur out some of these a little bit so they're less brush edgy. Now this would be light though, right? There's no rocks under the water here. So maybe we just got to concentrate on our surf bit right there. I want our edges to be super rocky. Though, here, down here. Where are our main rock flows? You definitely got to smooth out some. Yeah, I think that's okay. Still not sure about the shape. Gonna admit, still not sure about the shape. I think Miss J is Australia. Papa Fox, I actually don't know, to be honest. Is this doing anything? Is this literally doing anything at all? Strength of 50. I don't feel like it's doing anything. Why is it not doing anything? He wants to know where you live so he can come stalk you. Blur a smudge, Miss J. Blur a smudge. Like, Blur is doing absolutely... Well, I guess he's doing a little bit, but... It's like literally doing jack. It's doing jack. I use a mask and a big soft brush. How big's big? And why should I mask it? Why would a mask make any difference though? Why is this not doing anything? Yeah, it's literally, I mean, why am I not seeing any form of result here? Shouldn't it be doing something? I blur out what I was deleting, watered and fuzzying. His strength might be a little on the hard side. Might be a little on the hard side. Yeah, a little on the hard side. Let's drop that down. Yeah, I might come back over Miss J. And these sections are actually a little less concerned about because they're so small. I might come back through and add a little bit of darkness where we want like some real dark rock under the water, but let's get our edges down and let's get some highlights because I think that will give us a better sense for it. That's actually not too bad, is it? It's actually not too bad. Maybe this could work. I feel we're definitely going to do surf and we've definitely got to do water highlights. And I kind of want to do the same right down the middle strip there a little bit. And maybe add a little bit of texturing right underneath, right? I love that tea stain, by the way, that you were working. That worked really well. But maybe we'll add some kind of water sort of texture underneath the whole thing, just to add that little bit of a thing going on. We'll think of it. What you do with the texturing highlight first, and then go under with dark stuff. Right. I think we should do that. I think what I'm going to do though is I'm going to add the rocks and the seaweeds and shit like that along the edges, because that will give us a better sense for what we're doing, like right here. That actually worked out okay. This might work. I need more coffee. Hold on. I appreciate that, Miss J. I truly do. I like your water quite a bit. So you sort of saying, hey, that looks good. That goes a long way. I truly mean that. I'm kind of enjoying the dark under the blue so much. I want to do more of it. But no, this is a boat area. You know, there's ships coming here. I can't like put big, huge rocks in the way. So I'm going to cool me jets. This stuff. Alright. You know, marker boys is maybe not a bad idea. I kind of like that idea. I wonder if they had them back then. I don't know why all my brushes are open. This window must remember when I last left it or something. Cobwebs, blood. I wonder what I was working on. Alright, so this is what I was using. So I think 6, 7, maybe 8, 9. Yeah, those are the shapes. Those are the shapes. And then maybe a little bit of that. Alright. Thank you, Photoshop, for doing that. I ordered one of those blushes for my one of those gloves. So I'll strike this stuff less. I'm actually gonna put my brushes to one side. It's gonna mean I'm doing this a little bit, but I think that's okay. Boats and markers, a history. Miss J just sent this across. You know, Miss J, I think we're going to do it. I think we might do it. Thursday I was going to reserve for like the last minute touch-ups and labels and shit like that. I think we're going to do it. Oh, do I still have opacity? Not only do I have opacity, I have smudge. Alright. Great. Absolutely great. I just totally botched that. Not there. And let's actually try doing it with this a little bit. I should have come up out there. don't like that. There we go. I feel like it needs to sort of fizzle out sooner there, you know? We'll do a darker green. We're going to do a darker green on top of this. Just check the USA map. I was a bit off my location guess for Kentucky. Yeah, we have a lot of states over here. I didn't actually tell everyone where I lived. I just assumed everyone knew because Randy knows. But I'm Portland, Oregon. Over in the top. There. Northwest. I think I'm not going to go too crazy with the rocks and things under the water. Here, she says, like going crazy. There we go. Make it a little bit more subtle. Less is more type of deal, right? Papa says, the minis I'm working on, I just noticed as nipple rings. Big ones. Thanks for sharing, Papa. Thank you for sharing that. Miss J, nice redwood forest area. I want to see the big redwood forests one day. I have been down to that region and they do not disappoint. They really do not disappoint. I've been there a couple of times, I think, and they're beautiful. No, not liking this. That along the edge is okay. It's kind of this deep, deep, deep colour underneath. Maybe I'll put it on this layer. Why is Carlsbad on my mind? You know what the problem is? Someone recently told me to go to Carlsbad. I think it's because of the shit that I post on Facebook. Yeah, you know what I want to do? I'm gonna actually create another layer right under this. No. No. Or maybe if I smooth it out. Oh man, maybe. Let's try that. That is the wrong brush for that though. I should be doing. You know what? Let's try that brush. Let's try that brush. No, oh, wow. Oh, I'm on brush. I should be on this. Why won't that let me change the brush to use for it? Maybe, oh, I know what I did wrong. Yeah, no, that's what I did wrong. But I actually want a completely different brush. I want this one. And we'll stop the strength down. That might work. Alright, that might work. Well, Misty, you have to share. You have to share. Let's just keep doing maps with underwater items. And let's just keep evolving and sharing. My next one's going to have the same. Because my... Well, Gaxmore won't. But maybe I'll add the same to Randy's Anchor's home. And definitely Lukatoy, because Lukatoy is also a Mediterranean place. So let's just keep adding underwater items. Because it'd be kind of cool to actually do like the coastline kind of a little bit more naturally with rocks and shit, right? Yeah, I feel like we need some like brown rocks. I don't feel like I've got brown. Let me just check something. Yeah, okay. See that? You know what it is? It's rock color. It's brown on the blue. Let me darken this off. That's what's going on here. maybe it's time to add some surf. Maybe it's time to add some surf and see what this puppy is looking like. And I definitely want to do something with the center area, but let's add some surf. In fact, let's do this. I think an appropriate brush for this would be soft, round, pressure size. Let's try that. Wendy says, Miss J and Alyssa, how long have you been working with Photoshop? Miss J says 15 years. Let's do slightly darker first. Let's see. Randy, honestly, only ever since I moved away from pen and ink. Because remember, I used to do all my maps ink on paper. So only about 10 years ago for me. But the thin depth that I have with Photoshop, really, someone that actively uses Photoshop would learn more than me inside 6 months. I have a very small skill set that I need. Am I on the right layer? Is this... I guess it's just showing more colour on the edges. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, Miss J. Like, because my style doesn't need a lot of features, they tend to go completely unseen by me. If I knew they were there, I think it would make a lot of the things I do so much easier. But being like completely self-taught too, just mapping and everything, as a, you know, it means that you just don't know. I mean, you know. And it definitely affects my skill set inside Photoshop. Definitely. I mean, I am literally pen and ink. It doesn't get any more basic than that, right? Miss J says, I didn't get into it for myself until I got my first DSLR camera and needed to start editing photos. Had to use my mum's copy prior to that. See, and that's one. I mean, I don't draw traditionally, right? Or certainly digitally. You know, I've never been into photography. I mean, I love photography, but I've never been into it, so I've never done photo manipulation or anything. My need to know any aspect of Photoshop has been like this much. And then it was actually Cobalt Press. I did a map for them, and I needed to color it, and I was like, I've got to color this digitally, and I bought this tablet. That was probably the first time that I have used Photoshop in earnest. I did use Photoshop years and years and years ago because I was doing some manipulation of images, you know, for private use. I know it was a while ago, but first time hardcore, actually owning my own copy and shit. Yeah, and honestly, like, you know, 3 features in Photoshop and I was good. I didn't need anything else. This looks okay. We do need some more highlights though. Now, this has got some serious little surf going along the outside edge. So let's see if we can recreate some of that without going absolutely freaking bonkers. I'm still on smudge. I am a dope. I am still on smudge. I keep doing that. I think I like it. I think I like it. For a first attempt, not bad, right? I kind of want to do something with those super untextured areas like these. But we'll think about that. I think this works. Scatterbrush. Scatterbrush for what, Miss J? Like these bits, or like underneath the more solid blues? I know water doesn't work like that, but whatevs. Whatevs. For some reason, I'm having a lot of fun drawing little tiny waves. I think that's working. I think that's working. King Bashman is here. Will there be a lady in the water distributing swords? No, sir. No, but I'm adding her to your map. While we're here, folks, let's just make sure, because I've been kind of ignoring these things out here. These are just ponds, but I should probably be doing something similar with rocks and stuff in them, right? Welcome, Jeff, to the stream. It is always good having you and Randy here. Truly, I mean it. Looks okay. Looks okay. Jeff and Randy, just so you know, I gotta finish water on this map tonight. I think we're making pretty good progress. But it may mean that we work on your map tomorrow night, depending on how quickly we get this one done. Water. You know, we had to do a lot of experimentation up front. And I don't want to, like, keep you guys, like, hanging on. So just to manage your expectations. But on the plus side, maybe we'll do Ultima Night just on your map. Papa Fox should hide a kraken in them, but it would actually be kind of cool to do this dark shape under the water. Maybe we should. Maybe we should even have a little shark shape in the water. Maybe we should. King Bashman says, man, this map came out quickly. I like this map. I like this map. You know, this was, hey, can you stop this project and do this project instead? So I wasn't sure. And at the beginning, because, you know, I was actually copying someone else's work. They had this original piece that they wanted me to do my version of. I was very uncomfortable with it. I think this came out good. We did a few things on this map that we wouldn't normally do. And water is one. I'm actually kind of liking where the water has gone with this. I gotta be honest. Kind of like it. Angel, you're here. Just at the time to sort of see where we're at with things. We're gonna do a shark in the water. We're doing it. Well, I think a shadow under the water, right? Because this water is transparent. That's the whole point of being able to sort of semi-see rocks and things. So we're gonna do the whole shark shape, I think. We are not at the end of the stream. I'm gonna stream for another hour. So Gobolt is here. Wow, map looks great. Last I saw it was only one corner coloured in. So Cobalt! Yeah, we're motored. We're motored. Right, but I can't rest. Can't rest, guys. We've still got stuff to do. We are going to colour these boats tonight too. And depending on how long this... I mean, this is motoring now. This is motoring. If we get done with this colouring tonight, we're going to switch gears into Anchor's Home, which is a map for Two King Games, which they are kickstarting here shortly. I mean, we're fair motoring along. There might be a good chance that we're going to get like half an hour or so in on it, depending what happens here. I'm getting distracted. I should be here. I don't know why I draw my waves in ink. I should just leave it to the colouring phase. I think it's because I like my maps to be available black and white or colour, you know? So if I don't draw the waves, you wouldn't get to see them. Maybe I should just draw them on a separate layer just for the black and white version. I'm glad to have you here, Cobalt. I'm glad to have all of you here, seriously. Especially at the end of a map like this, where you get to see the results. That's always fun, right? Angel says, I love hanging out in the streams, interacting with the chat, talking to Alyssa, influencing the map. It's good social engagement. That's what I love about Twitch. It's all of you influencing the maps I work on and making them better. You make my maps better. Period. I think it's fair to say that I've got better this year just from the act of Twitch streaming, don't you think? You stretch me. You cause me to have to think about things I wouldn't normally think about. Like, heck, Miss J, who isn't in the stream that often, like, dropped a freaking bombshell on me the other day. She was like, why didn't you do the roof separate from the actual roof shape? You know, the roof details. That's going to make me faster and better. Then get me to draw things like aviaries and shit like that. I mean, or wizard colleges. Oh, shit, guys. I mean, look. Isn't that pretty water? I think that's pretty water. That looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. And I'm actually kind of happy with the shadows under the water. I think that came out okay. I think that came out okay. Yeah, that's not too shabby. So Cobalt says, and thank you, Angel, for the compliment. I appreciate that. So Cobalt says, if you ever get a chance, you could set up Streamlabs Freedom Service to set up commands and stuff on your stream. Could have a map command that tells about the current map. That's one thing I want to do, and I actually really like that idea. I like that idea. I've got little note it around it somewhere. There it is. Alright. Map. I like that. I like that a lot. You know, I set up one command and I got a little bit disheartened because it doesn't bloody work, and it's never worked since the beginning of the Zoom. I like the Zoom idea too. So I set up this gold command, and it's meant to tell you how many hours you got in the stream, and it's never worked. Angel's been with me like the longest, and she still has 0 hours, and it kind of crushed me a little bit. Then I did a song request one, but then people were like doing a whole bunch of copyrighted stuff, and I like to back up my shit afterwards. So I was like, okay, like nix that. But things like Zoom. So, like, I get an instruction to, like, you know, maybe change the zoom because you guys want to see something. I love the idea of map, and it just tells you about the map. I love that idea a lot. We're going to do that. Wine, we're going to do. See, look at that, Angel. I mean, look at that. And so, that's kind of bullshit. So, I got to be honest with you. I mean, Streamlabs is a really nice, powerful tool and everything. But it's also a piece of shit in so many ways. And that command should just work. And I've been on their Twitch stream. I've been on their Discord. I have been, like, you know, working with them for the longest time. I opened up a ticket again, actually, yesterday. And they told me to, you know, do this and do this and do the other. Which is why I was actually a little bit late to the stream today. Or later than what I wanted to be. And it doesn't work. It doesn't freaking work. It still doesn't bloody work. And it annoys me. It annoys the crap out of me. Now, things like map and zoom, you know, things like that, I think we'll get going easy enough. We will. But it's like... So I'm actually glad that we actually got to test that. So Cobalt, thank you. You accidentally caused me to troubleshoot my own stream a little bit. Because I haven't even bothered sort of trying that command for a while now. Literally, tonight, a tech person wrote to me to how about to fix that problem. I did it before the stream, and there we go. It doesn't work. But yeah, those other commands are great ones. I think we could absolutely do them. There should be no reason why we can't do them. So one of the things too about the whole, I like this area of water. I just do. So one of the things too about the whole setup of the stream, when I first started streaming, I tried to actually spend time regularly adding to the stream, always doing a little extra all of the time, and I got out the habit because I ended up just streaming all of the time instead. I want to get back into the habit of actually streaming. Spending admin time, I'm gonna call it. And I think I might do it like on Sundays or something, you know, actually take Sundays off or every other Sunday or something like that. And use that time, not for mapping, but for stream maintenance, adding features. Like, I want to do raffles. I could do giveaways. I can give you a token where you could go off and get a canvas print of one of my maps for free. And I want to do raffles on that, guys. That's kind of why I wanted to use the gold and the stuff. I just need to do less streaming and more maintenance of my stream. I think that's the bottom line. I think that's where we're netting out with this. Close. Very close. So Cobalt, that's a good idea. There's so many things you can do with the stream nowadays. It's good to spend some time tinkering with it. Exactly, tinker time. I need to set aside some tinker time. That's exactly what we're talking about. I want you guys and girls to have, like, motive to come back and to hang out, aside from my wonderful personality. But you know what I mean? And, like, earning gold is kind of part of it. It encourages you to be here, encourages you to play. Well, shit, you can then spend your gold to actually get one of your features on the map, you know? Like Brian and his skee ball things. And I keep saying no. He throws down gold and he says, no, you have to. I just spent 500 gold for that. Well, alright, now I gotta do it. Well, shit, guys, I think that looks half decent. I actually really kind of like the shadows under the water quite a bit. I'm kind of okay with that. I want to do something with this whole center area, but I don't know what. Angel, if you ever would like me to set up as a moderator and help keep the turds out of the chat. Yeah, no problem, Angel. Probably, to be honest. Miss J didn't realise how technical streaming can get. It's really technical. And honestly, I mean, I went all in with Streamlabs OBS and the Streamlabs chatbot. And I am bamboozled. I actually have several YouTube videos that I want to watch. Yeah, and then get some shit set up. And they don't make things easy. It's a little bit like, I'm gonna call it lightweight programming. It is. It's just a lot of settings and shit. And they don't make it easy. They do not make it easy. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. But let's stay on target here because we do still have shit to do. Oh, it's doing every evening, right? This pen is not compatible. It came with it, and I'm using it right now. I'm actually okay. What? Is that rock? That is rock. So hold on a minute. King Bashman, looks like my time in the chat is limited now. I don't know what you mean, King. Am I drawing on the... Yeah, I'm on the right line. What do you mean, King? Like, you gotta go? There we go. That's better, because then I can see you in front of me chatting. Miss J, the time difference is good and bad. Papa Fox, I love what you're doing with the Rocky Shallows. Thank you. Thank you. This was an experiment tonight, and I think it's worked out okay. We're going to do it more, and we're going to get better over it with various maps. And the Miss J's going to do it. We're just going to keep on ramping it up between us. I think it actually adds a great dimension, Miss J. I gotta be honest with you. I've never done it before, but I'm actually quite happy with it. I'm gonna be experimenting with that. Bullshiggity. Thanks, babe. Well, suddenly, glasses. Oh, I've got to do a shark. I've got to do the shark. So, Cobalt, Angel, you guys seem to have a good relationship, but it's always a good idea to have ground rules for mods. Easier to ensure everyone's on the same page for what deserved times out of bans, etc. Absolutely. And right now, you know, I can self-mod. And that's what I've been doing. You know, if Jack's here, that's cool and everything, but actually I don't think he's ever done modding. I've had a couple of, you know, bots try to, you know, come in with, like, selling something. But it's easy for me because it really, it's not like I've got hundreds of people watching me or anything. So it's dead easy for me just to stop, look what's going on and ban the fool. So I can kind of self-mod really right now, but, you know, eventually. But I have, it's Angel's point, I've known Angel for like years. A bazillion years. But yes, there would always have to be ground rules. There's gotta be ground rules. Randy, no, my friend. I honestly, I don't think you could be offensive if you wanted to be. You are perhaps the nicest man on the planet. When I was talking to Jeff the other day about, you know, what is your two king name? Because he's got, you know, King Bashman or whatever. The ideas I was coming up for you was like, you know, King Nice Man, King Gentleman, Gentleman King. That's what I think of you, man. You're good. You're a good guy. I think it would crush you, my friend, if you felt like you'd been offensive to anyone. I think it would crush you. You are like the exact opposite. Do we really need to be colouring planks? No. No. But what are we here for if it's not just a little bit of stupidity? Oh, and these are Brian's ski balls getting delivered here. Ski ball machines. Where's my galley? Where's my galley? There's my galley. Alright. That looks freaking awesome. That looks awesome. What about you, Wicklefella? Do you want a little bit of love? Alright, we need a shark. Go for it, Cobalt. I'm going to stream for about half an hour more. Can the shark be chasing the galley? Yes, I think we could have a shark chasing that galley, but maybe we put the shark there. No, maybe we put him there. The shark is definitely chasing someone. Well, the feeling is mutual, Randy. The feeling is very much mutual. Alright. Shark from above. PNG. I'm not drawing a shark. This is what we need. Something like this. I am saving a shark shape. We are going to open a shark shape. We were going to open a shark shape. Let me see what happens if we do this. I typically don't. Alright, that works too. Alright. I know, it's a really big shark. Now the first thing, oh, what was it? Miss J that told me this? No, it was Janice. Auto select is not on. Fantastic. All right, we are first going to bring this underneath our water. Let's bring it way down. We're going to resize that puppy because that is a bloody big shark. Alright, so we'll probably add a little bit of opacity to him. So do we want the shark there? Do we want the shark, like, chasing this guy? Maybe here, right? Maybe here. What do you think? And I think, because we don't want it to be too on the nose, let's make it more of a subtle shape under the water, something like that. Well, yeah, we've shrunk the shark down now. Further out. Alright. So maybe... yeah, something like this. Kind of looks fun, right? I kind of like it. I kind of like the addition. Now, if I was to do anything more, there's little ripples of light on the surface of that, and maybe we would add some more little ripples there in the center. Maybe. Okay. Right in the wake. That way it's actually, you know, sometimes when you add little things to a map, you can, like, almost point them out to the guy that you're drawing the map for, and they'll be like, oh, no, get rid of that, that's too frivolous. That's... So maybe that one's, like, not too frivolous. Alright, everyone's in agreement. That's what we're doing. That's a little Easter egg, right? Because this map is going to print like this, and maybe people don't see it. Well, it actually would probably print more like that, right? But poster-sized? Yeah, you're gonna see it. Well, shoot, guys. I mean, do we have anything more that we need to do with this? I mean, I kind of would like to do something with that center area there. Randy, is it okay with you if we work on your map tomorrow? Like, the whole stream, like an hour and a half of your map? Just your map? Because then that way we could just, like, finish the stream basically on this one. Alright, cheers, Randy. Ponds. Ponds. Is it okay with you? If you both hung out for the entire evening, I don't know what the fuck you're about, you know? But if you're cool with it, that would be great, because then I can have this stream for this, and then tomorrow, all you. It makes it cleaner, too, from a streaming perspective, you know? Everyone knows exactly what we're doing. And we could get a little bit detailed with your shit. We'll finish off drawing the segments on your map, colouring the segments. Then I think we'll just start to ramp up some of the detail of them, like, you know, erasing roads and shit like that. I'm ready. I don't think you've seen the latest because we worked on it last night. What am I doing? What am I doing? We're on smudge tool. Why are we on smudge tool? Who selected the smudge tool? We're gonna go. Randy says ponds. Yes. Yes, we're gonna mess with ponds a little bit, folks. We're just gonna add a little bit of detail to the edge of the ponds here. We're not gonna get too cray-cray, but a little bit. Where's my other pond? Oh, it is. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Come on. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Why aren't you coming down? Why aren't you coming down? Oh, you're barfing. You're barfing. Alright, I'll let it barf. This is your pond right here, Angel. I mean, let's face it. Alright, let's bring that size back up again. My Photoshop is beginning to barf here. Yeah, the size of this brush will not increase. Wow, my Photoshop has actually choked. Nothing is responding right now. Okay then. Okay then. Really? Really? There we go. It's back. Well, that was weird. That was really weird. Dare I do this? That was so bizarre. How bizarre. How bizarre. Okay, but we're back. Alright, kids. I was a little... Hit save, as Papa would tell me to do. Saving is not automatic, but I do tend to hit Control S quite a bit during the stream. Papa Fox actually reminds me quite a bit to do it as well. Photoshop does have like a recovery thing that goes on, but I never like leaning on that. Oh, thanks, Randy. Yeah, so I actually downloaded that from the Chaosium site when they were doing Cthulhu Germany. Berlin, Germany. Something like that. They were basically sort of allowing people to download that image, so I snagged myself one because I love it. I love it so much. Because you all know that I'm absolutely not for Call of Cthulhu, and I actually still need to show you the props that I made for my Cthulhu game. Now that I've actually had that session, I can show you it. Right, let's see if we go to Bath again. Yeah, it's great work. I love it. And actually, you know, we're talking about Photoshop earlier. I love clearly, you know, they've used Photoshop, you know, to get all of this. And and you've got these splatter patterns and then this, you know, almost Art Deco type of pattern going on in the background together with Berlin. I think it's Berlin here. It's really, really well done. You know, Miss J, you talking about masking and shit like that. This is brilliant. I love it. I fell in love straight away. Randy, and I still couldn't get into one of your Cthulhu games at Game Hulk. If you come, there's a place for you. Okay, there's no problem about that. You don't need a ticket. Just turn up. Angel is buying a bottle of whiskey tomorrow. I'm almost out of whiskey. I think I will be out tonight. That basically is me saying I'm having a glass of whiskey tonight. Right, back up to Angel Pond. I think that will do for the ponds. That's a nice little touch of detail for the ponds. Well, shoot, boys and girls. I mean, heck. We could dick about with the water over here for the next 10 minutes or so. Yeah, Angel. If you ever meet Jeff Cersei, that's King Bashman, you will know immediately that he is the type of guy that just fucks with you because he likes you. That's him. What about okay. Whatever. I'm gonna merge all of these super layers here. I'm not gonna merge it with the water just yet. I am gonna merge these at the top. I love this shark, by the way, guys. Good addition. What do we think about, you know, adding a little bit of texturing on the top here? Just like, you know, muck about a little bit. And if so, what is the brush to do it with? Pastels? Not like that, of course. Maybe not. Is there anything wrong with the brush that we were using before? Yeah, maybe not pastels, right? That shark is a were-shark farmer. It doesn't matter now what happens, we all know the truth, right? It's a were-shark farmer. I love were-sharks, by the way. Miss J, why not? New layer, can always trash it if it's awful. My partner is over there indeed, kind of doing the dishes, he's cooking. And I can't complain, because A, he's really trying to be super quiet, and B, he's cooking while I'm streaming. I mean, he's a bit of a keeper, right? I'm not doing that shape. I'm just wondering, Maybe we do it with a bit of opacity. I like doing the opacity on the actual layer itself. Do we do like a little bit of this? Is this worth it, guys? You know, just to break up that solid monotony. Do we do something like that? Is that sufficient? I don't like doing this. Although maybe we could. Only because I'm not sure waves would behave like that, right? But is it worth doing something like this? He totally looks after me, Papa. He totally looks after me. Look, I got a glass of wine out of him. I'm streaming, and he's like doing that little thing in the background. Maybe I could even turn down the mic sensitivity just a little bit. Keep them parallel, says Randy. Thank you. I think the water looks fine without further additions. I agree with you, Angel. I agree with you explicitly. It's just these little bits here. I'm talking about just adding that little bit of texture. Just that little bit of texture. Not fucking with it, because again, less is more. I'm using a different brush with opacity, very light strokes. I'm just talking about basically maybe that. I love the underwater stuff, guys. I love the underwater stuff. I think that came out looking really good. I'm so glad that we were able to work on that together. And basically, you know what? I think that's all I was basically talking about. I feel like if I wanted to dick about anymore, I would do a super soft, dark shape, like under the water here. You know, just a little bit. But maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. Maybe we just don't fuck about with it anymore. I love the underwater stuff. Everyone loves you. Papa loves you. And you're going to get to meet him in 6 weeks' time again there, Randy. Miss J, what happens if you do Gaussian blur after to spread them out and soften them a bit? No, that's a layer effect, right? Is that a layer effect? It's not a filter, right? Is that a layer effect? Where's my Gaussian blur? You can see how often I use Gaussian blur. I'm probably not even pronouncing it correctly. Where's Gaussian blur? Oh, what happened to the processing plant? Client nixed it. We did this instead. Because this is a lumber area. He was like, no processing plant. He's a client. But lumber, I was like, great. We'll do a tidal water wheel for power that chops logs. So we kind of got a processing plant. That's where it's at. I love the water, guys. King Gamesman, you can steal Jack. You can steal Jack. And there's a lot of people that want to steal Jack. I think the frogs are amongst them. So you guys can fight it out, but everyone loves Jack. Filter. Okay. So, filter. Blur. Gaussian blur. I'm not sure the preview is going to really give us much of a view of this. I mean, thanks for that. I think there's something in there. The water's awesome. The shark makes it even better. The shark is freaking fantastic. I love the shark. If you can sleight of hand Jack, you can have him. Alright, so I'm on filters. I've got blur. I've got on the Gaussian blur. I don't know what radius to make it because it's not. You know, the actual preview is pretty darn. You can't see anything. So I'm going to give it 1.4. Let's see what happens. I'm not sure anything happened there. Did anything happen? Should we give it a little bit more? Should we give it some welly? Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Shall we really crank that bad boy up? Oh, I see. No, it is. It is. It's actually doing it on the map. Oh, something like that. Maybe more like 5. How about something like that? That's much softer. Kind of like it, Miss J. I like it. I think that could work, right? I kind of like that, actually. I think that's it. I think that's it. Alright. So, let's talk about... look at this map. Let's just take a moment to look at this map. You know what? Let me do this for you guys and girls on the stream right now. I'm going to actually turn off everything. Stick with me. Alright. This is where we started. Client gave me this map and said, give me your version. Now you're going to recognize the general layout of this. It's not a bad map. It is not a bad map. I'm gonna do a little why I drew my map in a certain way post-mortem afterwards. I'm not going to get into that right now. This was the original. Now let's talk about what we've done. Now let's talk about everything that we managed to actually create together. With our shadows, on our hills, buildings. I like this version. I like this version. I'm not knocking the previous version like at all. It was very practical. But I really like this map. And I think, okay, if I'm going to be honest, I think it's because several things scared me about this map. The water. And the fact that it was a Mediterranean climate. Those were the key things. And I think we got both pretty close, right? It's a colour palette that I don't normally do, and I like it. I like it quite a bit. And we had fun drawing the hippodrome and the amphitheatre. And can I find him? Can I find him? There is a poor fellow who is lawn dart accident right there. We've got our palace. And we've got our shark. And he looks great. I love this. And it's the first time ever... Whoa! Go back over here. Come back over here. It's the first time ever that I have tried to do underwater objects, you know? And I think for first pass, that's not a bad first go. You know what I'm saying? I like this map. I like this map. Angel, your version is so much better. Far more detailed and realistic. The realism is part of what... When I realised how I could elevate this up, when I realised what was wrong with the previous map, or missing, it made my job a whole lot easier. And the original is great, right? The original... You could put the original in a book and no one's going to bat an eyelid. No one's going to bat an eyelid. But we kind of do like art pieces, right? I don't knock out $100 maps for folks. I like to create something that people just go, oh, that's what I want. That's what... I don't want to create maps. I want to create experiences. And I know that sounds so over the top, but that's what I like to do. And I think this map does a lot of that. I like it. Randy, those little details, that's what makes them. That's what makes the maps, man. Miss G, it's fantastic. The colours are superb. It's been fun watching you make magic. Thank you. And that means so much to me. Because your quality, you're skilled. And so, you know, having someone over you looking over my shoulder is actually a little bit intimidating. I think it worked out, right? I think it worked out. I'm still going to bat an eye at the docks of the original. The dimensions are borked. Yes. The dimensions were completely wrong on those docks. They were. Now, let's talk about what's happened next. For just at the end of the stream. So, tomorrow night, I'm going to work on Anchor's Home for Two King Games, which is kickstarting, I think, in the next week or so, okay? Maybe the next 2 weeks. But they're kickstarting here shortly, like this month. We're doing something a little bit unusual with that one. We're kind of just color-coding segments of where certain sectors are at. So we're going to do that. We're going to get a little bit more detailed with it. We're going to spend an hour and a half tomorrow night, starting 6:30 Pacific Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So come join me. We'll just hang out. We'll chill with the Two King Games map. This one I'm calling done. The next phase is a mechanical phase on this. And I say that because I've got to add labels. I've got to add a key. Like, they're going to want to mark the palace. They're going to want to mark the temple. They're going to want to mark the amphitheater and the hippodrome. And maybe a couple of other buildings. They're sending them what they want to mark. And we're going to put little circled numbers on this map. And we're going to add a key. And the key is probably going to be up here or up here. Somewhere out of the way where it doesn't obscure too much. We've got to add the name. And we've got to add the scale. And we've got to add the compass rose. I'm probably going to do all of that on Thursday. Okay? So, like, Wednesday, Anchor's Home. Thursday, doing stuff to this map that we want to turn off. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to call the stream right now, because I like this map. So we'll come back to this map on Thursday, okay? So Cobalt, it's been great seeing you detail and flush out this map. I can't wait to see the next one. Thank you, Sir Cobalt. And just so you guys know what is coming in the future, not only are we going to get into some colouring of the Two King Games version of their map, but the next big thing for me in the last quarter of this year is actually Gaxmore for Luke Gygax. We are going to draw Gaxmore from the ground up and colour it the whole way, probably starting next month. That's going to be the next big one for us, and we're going to have fun with that one. So that's where we're at. I'm going to call it for the night. I love you all. You are so awesome. You make my mapping so much better. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really, really, really appreciate that. To each and every single one of you, okay? Except for Jeff Cersei. Fuck you, dude. So with that said, I'll see you all maybe tomorrow night. Cheers to all of you. Until tomorrow, okay?